When change hits, people respond in wildly different ways. Some people jump straight into action, some pause and process. Others want to talk it out, gather more information, or reflect before moving forward. And others want to recede back and think a little bit before saying anything or moving. And while that can all feel really messy or even frustrating at times, in a team setting, it's actually not a problem. These are all signs of strength if you know how to work with it. Hi, I'm Kelly Stine, Gallup Certified Strengths Coach and founder of the Lead and Light Coach. And today we're talking about how the 4 domains of leadership outlined in CliftonStrengths can give you deeper insight into how you and the people you lead, coach, or collaborate with navigate change. Whether you're leading a team, coaching leaders, or supporting growth from an HR or L&D role, this lens can help you reduce friction, recognize blind spots, and lead forward with more clarity and confidence. And to make this all a little bit more practical and actionable, I've created a free one-page activity sheet called Lead Through Change Using Strengths Without Losing Yourself. It's quick, it's strength-based, and it works even if you haven't taken the Clifton Strengths assessment yet. You can grab it below, and I'll guide you through how to apply it at the end of the video. But first, let's look at 4 ways that people typically respond to change and how to recognize and use each one. CliftonStrengths organizes its 34 talent themes into 4 domains. Each one brings something essential to the table, especially during times of challenge, change, or transition. The first domain we'll talk about is the executing domain. These are your doers, the ones who roll up their sleeves and say, what needs to happen, and let's get to work. When change hits, executing talents look for structure. They want checklists, timelines, clear steps. They bring steadiness, reliability, and momentum. I once worked with a team that was full of people very high in executing talents. And their response to any disruption was just tell us what to do. They moved very quickly with focus and with very, very little drama. But the thing to watch out for those who lead with executing talents is speed without shared vision can lead to misalignment. On this particular team, that was something that happened quite frequently. If those with the executing talents dominant on their profiles charge ahead before checking in, they might miss key context or team dynamics that are necessary in either rallying support or buy-in or even just resources for whatever it is that they need to do next. Now, the second domain is the relationship building domain. These are the folks that tune into people first. Their immediate instinct is, how is everyone feeling about this? They care deeply about team connection, they check in, they build trust, and they also help others feel seen and heard in the deliberation process. During change, this emotional awareness is crucial. If relationship builders are ignored or rushed past, that emotional temperature goes unmonitored and the team can start to unravel really quickly. Those with relationship building talents high do best when paired with people who have high executing talents for structure and those with high influencing talents to help carry a message forward. The third domain is the influencing domain. These are the people who can shape a message. They create momentum and enthusiasm and buy-in. They ask, what's the story here? Why are we doing this? And how do we get people on board? On that team I mentioned earlier, where almost everyone had high executing talents, they had one person on the team with strong influencing talents. She felt totally out of sync with the rest of the team until she had the space to share her voice and her talents and how they functioned for her. When the team finally paused to hear her, they realized how much clarity she brought. And her perspective created a lot of alignment and energy and also helped them get the word out about what it was that they were doing. So they actually got a lot more buy-in from people who were outside the team. Her leader later told me after we had worked together a little bit that her entire dynamic shifted after having the opportunity to share her talents and her perspective with the rest of the team, because now they could all speak the same language, but not have to all work the same way. And the final domain is strategic thinking. People with these talents are your deep thinkers, the pattern spotters, and the planners. When change happens, they ask, what does this all mean? What are the ripple effects? And what haven't we considered? They don't rush in, not because they're hesitant, but because they're thinking. If a team moves too fast, this valuable perspective can get lost. And that can lead the team into very reactive decisions and into unnecessary mistake making. If you lead, coach, or work with people who lead with strategic thinking, invite them into the conversation early. Their insight brings depth and foresight that steadies the entire group. So, why does it all matter? Because once you understand how you respond to change and how others around you do too, you stop expecting everyone to show up the same. You stop seeing all the differences around you as a problem and you start seeing them as a strategy. When a team brings all four domains to the table, executing to move things forward, relationship building to keep people connected, influencing to rally energy and clarity, and strategic thinking to ground it all in long term vision, that's when change starts to feel less like chaos and a lot more like progress. Now, if you're curious about how you or the people you support naturally respond to change, this tool will help. It's one page and it's super simple. It's a powerful way to reframe how you lead, coach, or collaborate through change. You'll find the download link in the description below. If this was helpful, feel free to like or subscribe. I've got more strength based tools and reflections coming your way. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.